morning, everyone. I'm State Representative Brad Klippert talking to you. Well, I wish I was talking to you from Olympia, but I'm not. We're having a virtual session this year, which is tragic. I'd much rather be in Olympia, which is our state legislative seat where I should be. But the majority party says, no, we must have a virtual session. So here I sit in my office in Kennewick, Washington, in the 8th Legislative District. But we need to get back to normal ASAP. I need to be able to see you in my office, face to face, person to person, so we can talk together rather than doing this stupid virtual stuff that we're doing now. It's been a tough session. The Zoom is not how our government was designed to be way back in 1889. We're designed to be in Olympia, in the legislative building, working together on your behalf. But that's not what's happening now. So here we go. 4 things that really have me troubled this year are 4 bills. Number 1, House Bill 1054. House Bill 1054 has to do with police tactics. In House Bill 1054, it says that there will be no less lethal LVNR. What does LVNR stand for? Lateral vascular neck restraint. So in other words, you put pressure on both sides of the neck, on the carotid arteries, you slow down the blood flow to the brain, and you can bring someone under control by doing that. It's called less lethal, okay? So they've told us we can't do that anymore, okay? So say, for instance, that someone is attacking you, you call 911, you ask me as a law enforcement officer to respond. I get there, and they're actually choking you from behind. So we have used LVNR in the past, lateral vascular neck restraint. Well, I'll simply put an arm around the suspect's neck. I'll put pressure on their carotid arteries on both sides, so that they will temporarily have less consciousness, so I can bring them under control. I can get them off of you. I can take them into custody without using lethal force. If you take non-lethal force away from me, now what do I have left? Lethal force. And that's what they don't want us to do. So that's one of the things they've taken away from us. Number 2, currently as written, no canines. No canines will be used to apprehend suspects. Some people are faster than me. I got in a chase the other day, 2:30 in the morning, a guy who is a robbery 1 suspect with a nationwide warrant for his arrest runs from me first in a vehicle and then on foot. Well, I can't wreck my police car. He almost wrecked his car running away from me. So he got a good head start on me. And then when he stopped the vehicle, when he couldn't go any farther in his vehicle, he took off running, got about 125 yards head start on me. I followed on foot, but I couldn't keep up with him with my 35 pounds of extra weight that I carry as a law enforcement officer. And if I'd given everything I got by the time I caught up with him, there wouldn't be much gas left in the tank. So what did I do? Got on my radio, we called the canine, and we tracked the person with the canine. Was anyone hurt? No. Did we use canine appropriately? Yes. That's what canine is for. It's a tool, one more time, that is less lethal. Could I have fired on that person? He's an escaping felon. Robbery in the 1st-degree warrant, nationwide extradition. He had threatened a person in a robbery with a gun in the past. So he was considered armed and dangerous. But I did not use lethal force. I used a dog, less lethal force. And they're saying, nope, can't do that anymore. Let's talk about another one. No more military equipment, no armed helicopters. Well, I was a helicopter for the Army for 20 years. And so if we buy a helicopter, a used one, a surplus helicopter from the Army, say it's a Huey, you can buy those from the Army for $1 nowadays, literally $1. Okay. So now we do all the maintenance in that aircraft, we get it up and running. And I, an armed police officer, get in that helicopter to pilot it. Guess what? It is now an armed aircraft. Are you kidding me? We can't use a military surplus helicopter and I, as an armed police officer, get inside of it because it's an armed helicopter. Come on. Same thing with surplus vehicles. Maybe it's a Humvee. We have a brand new, it's called a Bearcat. Benton County Sheriff's Office and this Metro SWAT team has a brand new Bearcat. It looks militaristic, but it's not a military vehicle. It's a hardened vehicle, so we can use it to rescue people in a very tense situation where someone might be firing upon others. So we can use that armored vehicle, go up there and rescue someone who could be shot at. And so that we don't put other people at risk, we use an armored vehicle. But nope, they say you can't do that anymore. It was really hilarious. In this bill, initially, they said, you cannot cover up your badge number. I've been a law enforcement officer for 27 years, ladies and gentlemen. In 27 years of law enforcement as a deputy, never has my badge number been on my badge. We wear bands over our badges to honor officers who have fallen in the line of duty. Never has my badge number been on my badge, but my name is plainly displayed on the right side of my uniform, B. Klippert. So they don't even understand. They just think they do. So I shared that with him. Oh, maybe we should change that. Yeah, maybe you should. Okay. So, and here's another one. No pursuits. Okay. You can't pursue anybody. Oh, and if you do pursue someone, I must identify every single one of the passengers. Well, what if I don't catch up to the pursuing vehicle? Maybe they're running through intersections and not obeying stoplights. I got to obey stoplights. I can't run into cars. Okay. So I terminate my pursuit, but it says if I pursue someone, I must identify each and every one of the passengers, and I must know what's their sex, are they male or female, what's their race, what's their skin color, what's their country of origin. Let me see. Did I catch that vehicle? No, I stopped the pursuit. But it says if I pursue them, I must identify all of the passengers. And guess what? If I stop the pursuing vehicle, if they actually stop for me, passengers don't have to talk to me. The only person that has to talk to me is the driver of the vehicle who fled from me. Passengers can tell me to go pound sand. So that means that we'd have to change the entire Constitution if this bill were to come into effect. Oh, cannot shoot at a vehicle that's being used as a weapon. Oh, wait a second. A vehicle can't be used as a weapon according to House Bill 1054. Wasn't too long ago, it was right around January timeframe. A man from Yakima went to Wapto, Washington. He drove over the mother of his child with his vehicle. Then he got in his vehicle after driving over her with his car, using it as a weapon to assault her. Then he got on the highway, drove eastbound in the westbound lane or southbound in the northbound lane, anyway, the wrong direction, and hit another car, killing the driver of that car. Now, had I been called to that scene and that person had driven over that person, the mother of their child, this says I cannot fire into that moving vehicle, okay? Because that vehicle can't be used as a weapon. That vehicle was used to drive over one person at the scene of the assault and then was used and killed another vehicle as a wrong way driver. Can a vehicle be used as a weapon? Absolutely, positively, yes, ladies and gentlemen. So here's what I'm asking you to do. House Bill 1054 is about tactics. House Bill 1310 is about use of force. House Bill 1202 is about civil liability, so they can sue cops and their supervisors, and they can sue the chief and the sheriff, which all comes out of your city and county coffers. And House Bill 1267 about independent investigations. No longer will law enforcement officers do investigations. No, we're going to have citizens do investigations for us. So I want you to become aware of each of these bills. I want you to call the Speaker of the House. I want you to call the Senate Majority Leader. I want you to call the governor and tell them, do not pass into law House Bill 1054, House Bill 1310, House Bill 1202, or House Bill 1267, because you know why, ladies and gentlemen? If they do, your public safety will suffer because of it. Thank you very much. God bless you. God bless your families. And God bless America.